The evidence will show that the Ford Explorer, including the 2014 Ford Interceptor police vehicle involved here, has a well-designed and well-tested exhaust system, and it is not defective. The evidence will show that the accident happened because Mr. McDowell suffered a sudden, unexpected medical event, possibly a seizure, that is unrelated to the Explorer's exhaust system or to carbon monoxide. And the evidence will show that the injuries Mr. McDowell suffered in this accident were due to his medical event and his failure to wear a seatbelt. It is undisputed, as you've heard, that Mr. McDowell was not wearing his seatbelt at the time of the accident. And the evidence will show that Ford's carbon monoxide requirement is safe, and there is no credible evidence that there was any unhealthy level of carbon monoxide in the cabin of Mr. McDowell's vehicle that day. The best way to evaluate if a crack is going to allow carbon monoxide to get into the vehicle, best way to evaluate that is to use a cracked manicap, because that replicates the condition you're evaluating. And when they did this testing, again, they did all sorts of tests. It took days to do, hundreds of miles, different speeds. They found that the peak carbon monoxide, just an instantaneous peak, the highest level that could be attained, the highest in one run was 9, and all the others it was like 3 or 4 parts per million. And then if you look at the time-weighted average, and that's how people usually look at carbon monoxide exposure, it's over time. There, the time-weighted average, the highest I think it got up to was 3.4 parts per million. The rest were all 2 and under. So even with cracked manicats, the amount of carbon monoxide that could come into the vehicle is just negligible and nowhere near any level that could cause harm. And you'll see this is the only testing anyone has done with cracked manicats to see whether a cracked manicat allows carbon monoxide to come into the vehicle. The plaintiffs, in this case, you'll see they chose not to do that kind of testing with a cracked manicat. They had the McDowell vehicle. They have the cracked manicats from that vehicle. They could have put them on an exemplar vehicle and driven it around to see, does it allow carbon monoxide to come into the cabin? They chose not to do that. And so the only testing you will see with cracked manicats shows it does not allow carbon monoxide into the vehicle at a level that will cause harm.